Hi guys, this is Streamline Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of Kim Possible Season 1, Episode 18. Episode 18. The Fur Love... No. Fur Love... Fur Love goes bad. Goes bad, and a Ron Corn Pop. So here we go, guys. I love this episode because again, it's a two-sided episode, but mostly focused on love, but not the not your normal love, not your traditional love. It's when Kim and Ron and basically all of Middleton High are crazy over animology connect animology connection, love. Like Ron is a sloth, so is a pink sloth. So his perfect love match, would be a girl pink sloth. And as for Kim, she's a blue something. I can't remember what animal she is. You can help me out with that, guys. But I know she's blue. But to the funny misfortune for Kim, her match is senior, junior, because he's also the blue something. But this episode takes a funny turn when because and here's the whole why senior and senior junior are involved in this episode, because senior junior and senior and senior junior are kicked out of their uh of their rich friends club. Rich friends club that they have been going to and eating lobster, caviar, and every fancy food that you can imagine for years, but now the organizer of the club and the proprietor of the club has kicked them out. So senior and senior junior, mostly senior has devised a plan to steal a freeze ray gun to freeze the holy heck out of the club and its fellow members that excluded them out of the club, and that way senior would get his revenge. And by getting his revenge, he would force his friend his rich friend to forcefully make him reinstate him and Junior back into the club. But for that to happen, to freeze the club out, club out, he wouldn't just need a normal freeze gun. He would need a high power tech freeze gun. And senior junior and senior father or dad would get this freezing ray gun by stealing it from Paul Porter, who is the richest foodie of all time, according to the world in the in the Kim Possible universe that we know and love. Now, Paul Porter is is into snacks, so he basically made his foodie fortune by making and creating uh, very tasty very tasty frozen corn dogs. Not when you eat them, but anyway, this is how. But Pol Porter uses this high tech freezing gun to ship and freeze his packages of tasty corn dogs. And this is the one. This is the gun, the freezing ray gun that senior and senior junior need to freeze out the club that kicked them out. And they do get the gun. They get the gun. They get the freezing gun from Paul Porter. They steal it. And meanwhile, Kim and Ron are still figuring out who's their perfect match. Until Wade tells them about senior and senior junior. Then eventually, eventually, Kim and Ron and Rufus go to Paul Porter's facility, and they fight. They basically fight senior and senior junior until senior and senior junior get the better of them, and both Ron and Kim end up tied up in a end up tied up on their way to getting freezed by this same by this by this same gun, but in a smaller capacity, like the size of the gun, but same power as the big gun. And to get themselves out, they ask Rufus to help them, but Rufus needs to get bigger in weight to press the off button of the smaller ray gun, of the smaller ice ray gun. So Ron asks Rufus to eat all the corn dogs that Paul Porter told them, meaning all three of them could eat, meaning Ron and Kim and obviously Rufus. So after getting himself stuffed, Rufus's belly and all of him get a little bit bigger, and he presses and he basically goes to the top of the control panel of the ray gun and puts his all chubby naked self weight onto the button, and he stops the freeze gun. But in a funny way, before Rufus could stop the ray gun, the ice ray gun, poor Ron's feet were frozen solid. So after this, and after unfreezing and after unfreezing Ron's feet, uh, Kim and Ron go to the club, go to the location, the club to stop to stop senior and senior junior from using the big ice ray gun to the to freeze to freeze their old club, and to make this even more funnier, to make this even more fun and funnier, Kim can't believe that her perfect match is senior junior, and she's basically like, there's no way. She's basically in denial. So in a twist of fate, in a twist of furry love fate, senior junior stops his own father, senior from freezing his romantic match, meaning Kim and Ron. And as for Ron, he quits animology until his perfect girl match tells him that I wish you were a slow pink sloth, and I wish you believed in animology, because I'm a slow pink sloth. And with that, guys, this furry corn dog of an episode of Kim Possible Season 1 ends. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you want some more of me, don't forget to hit that notification bell to tap that notification bell, so you get notified about my latest videos. And please, and if you want to expand your experience here on my channel, besides tapping that notification bell, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So with that being said, guys, until we possible again. Bye.